Welcome back to another vlog. It is our last day here. We are actually leaving today. We're going back to Florida. Time to say goodbye to our lovely Italian apartment, or loft rather, because the bedroom's right up there. It's approximately 7:58 in the morning. We have to go and walk over to the Roma Trastevere station, and then we're gonna catch a train over to Fiumicino Airport. Today we're flying on Delta One, or in the Delta One suites from Rome to New York's John F. Kennedy, and then we're gonna connect in JFK to Fort Lauderdale. Come along, it's gonna be a very, very long travel day. We're very excited because it's our first time traveling on Delta One suites. As I stated in my last video, this aircraft was not supposed to be Delta One suites. This was supposed to be just a regular Delta One Airbus 330, but last minute they changed it to the Airbus A330-900 Neo, so therefore we get Delta One suites. We're very excited. Having your last Italian coffee in the apartment.
What's a Krups?
A Krups. It's a Krups, but still, it's in Italy. It's Italian.
Yeah, it's one of those really good machines. So yes,
we got everything ready. We cleaned up the apartment. Ready to say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Rome. Let's wrap on our loft. Let's go start our long travel day. Now you want to look at it as we're leaving. One last ride in the teeny elevator. Just enough space for the two of us. I am not gonna miss this big, heavy door.
This door is huge, people.
It's like 20 feet tall.
On the thickness on that.
It's one of the biggest doors I've ever seen in my life. By apartment. No, this is not easy. Walking on the cobblestone road with our luggage. Are you sure you wanna walk all the way to the station?
I do though.
It's a mile. It's another beautiful day here in Rome. It actually doesn't feel that cold, even though it is 38 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's because there's no wind.
Right, because there's no wind. Oh look, they're setting up for a little market. All right guys, so we actually stopped at a pasticceria.
Got another one.
So we bought some pastries at the pasticceria to take home with us. I hope they last a 12-hour journey all the way to Florida. But yeah, I was not expecting the pasticceria to be open.
I was. I told him.
Well, Apple Maps said that it was closed. But yeah, don't believe Apple Maps. You gotta see it for yourself. And after a 1.3 mile walk, we have just made it to the Roma Trastevere train station. It actually wasn't that bad. In fact, I'm actually sweating a little bit. All right, time to buy the tickets. The tickets are actually surprisingly cheap. It's €8 per person all the way to the airport.
Poi attenzione ai borseggiatori. In divisa Trenitalia.
We could take the 8:51 train, which just leaves in 8 minutes. Yeah, we could take the 8:51 train. We were originally gonna take the 9:06 train, but there's an 8:51 and it's currently 8:43, so we have some time. All right, we got our tickets. Now heading to platform 5 3/4. Haha, get it?
I saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb. A tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then you came and sat right next to me. Your eyes, they glowed and filled me up. We had never met before that time, but I just knew that we'd end up. You took it, took away my loneliness. Oh, I know it, I know it. You're making me whole.
We have made it to the Fiumicino Airport. It was only a 25-minute ride, super quick. And now we have like 3.5 hours till our flight. So we're here just in time. We could probably go to the lounge as well.
We jumped off the subway leading nowhere. Your warm hands rubbed off the cold around me. I heard you say that everything is alright.
So we just checked in, did customs, did all that fun stuff. Now it's time to go to the lounge. So this is where the fun part of the airport experience begins. I purposely planned arriving super early so we would have plenty of time to enjoy the airport lounge. In order for us to get to the gates, we had to catch this airport tram, which I love because I get to see all the airplanes out on the tarmac. The Fiumicino Airport doesn't have a Delta Sky Club, so instead we were granted access to a different airport lounge called the Prima Vista Lounge. It was a very big space and we were one of the first few people to arrive in the lounge. This lounge includes free Wi-Fi, food, alcoholic beverages, soft drinks, and a very fancy coffee machine. We found a cozy little private area in this corner here. These two refrigerators were filled with flat bottled water or sparkling bottled water. First things first, we had to make ourselves some cappuccinos. Shortly after, the lounge attendant offered us some breakfast. We both ordered eggs and bacon. After breakfast, we both had 1 glass of Prosecco each, and before we knew it, it was time to board our flight to New York. The gate area was kind of a cluster, and it was hard to get in line to board the plane, but finally we got through and we were on our way down the jet bridge. Words cannot express how excited I was to check out and enjoy the Delta One suites on this flight. I was also incredibly grateful because, like I said earlier, this was not supposed to be our plane. On this flight, John was in 6J and I was behind him in 7J. But when I got to my seat, a man was already sitting there, so I politely let him know that he was in my seat, and he realized he was in the wrong seat and actually sitting in 4J, not 7J. I mean, we all make mistakes, right? So he asked me if I wanted my seat, and I told him yes because I was traveling with my partner right in front of him. This man was actually quite upset at me and made snarky comments to me throughout the flight because I wanted to sit in my assigned seat. If I was traveling alone, I would have gladly taken his seat and let him stay right where he was. But I digress. Anyway, after that little hiccup, we got settled into our Delta One suites. I stowed my pillow and blanket for later use. I was surprised to find a To-Me amenity kit, much better than the amenity kit we received on the way over to Rome. I opened up my window to see ITA Airways, Italy's new Italian flag carrier. Shortly after, the flight attendants came around offering sparkling wine. Don't mind if we do. Time to open my tray table and show you what's inside the amenity kit. A To-Me eye mask, socks, toothpaste, toothbrush, earplugs, mouthwash, a pen, and Le Labo lip balm. You know I love me some Le Labo. This little side compartment here holds your remote control, and there's also a mirror. This is a bird's eye view of the Delta One suite. I love this seat so much. The flight attendants also came around to take our meal preferences and handed us a menu. This QR code also pulls up the menu on your phone. It was now time for departure. This seat has a seatbelt like you would find in your car, a harness you wear across your body in addition to the seatbelt around your waist. This suite also had a power outlet in addition to a USB port. As we taxied out, the safety video was played.
Some of us you see.
Some of us you hear.
Above the clouds
And below the wings,
Or pushing forward.
behind the scenes
each of us connecting you.
is at the center of all we do.
There are 8 exits on this plane. 8 doors, 4 on each side. 6 doors have detachable slides that can be used as rafts. The 2 smaller doors behind the wings have detachable slides that can be used for flotation.
Now that the safety video was over, we were able to use the in-flight entertainment, and before I knew it, we were taking off from Rome. Goodbye, Italy. Thank you for an amazing time. Now that we are airborne, I put on my noise-canceling headsets that were provided to us. I decided to watch Scream, but then quickly changed my mind and decided I wanted to finish the movie from the flight over. Before the service started, I quickly popped over to the lavatory. It was a standard lavatory with hand soap and hand lotion, a mirror, and then another full-length mirror as well. As I went back to my seat, the lunch service was starting. I had, of course, a gin and tonic and a water. My meal was delivered shortly after. I pre-ordered the fish, which came with couscous, soup, salad, bread, almonds, and salted caramel ice cream. The food was excellent. I'm glad I pre-ordered the fish because it's not something that they offer once you're on the plane. This dish is only offered if you pre-select your meal online at least 24 hours before your flight departure. And while we're here, please go ahead and thumbs this video up. It really helps the video. And hit that subscribe button as well as follow my Instagram. Now that I finished my meal, I decided I wanted to close my suite door because why not? This is by far the best airplane seat I've ever been in. This is the view of the Delta One cabin. Every suite in this cabin was occupied. Now all that's left to do is relax and enjoy the rest of the flight with another gin and tonic. I popped over to check on John and say hi. I have to say part of the fun is watching him enjoy this flight experience. I decided I would take a nap, so I reclined my seat and opened up my pillow and blanket set and got comfy. Oops, I forgot to put my mask back on. I then fell asleep while watching a movie. When I woke up from my nap, I was offered a warm chocolate chip cookie. Yum. Chocolate chip cookies are one of my favorite foods. On these long flights, I also like watching the flight map and seeing the route we are taking. It was now time for our pre-arrival meal. I ordered the cheeseburger and dang was it good. I really enjoyed it. It was very juicy. Who would have thunk you could actually have a tasty burger on an airplane? Meal is done, now time to put that seatbelt back on because we are landing in New York. That 9.5-hour flight went by way too quick. It was a really nice day in New York as well. I'm so grateful we had good weather throughout this entire trip.
It's our pleasure to welcome you to New York where the local time is 4:34. Please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened and carry-on items stowed until the aircraft is parked at the gate and the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign.
We're back in New York and we gotta run to go catch our next connection to Fort Lauderdale. Hurry, hurry. All right, we have just made it to the next terminal, which is Terminal 2. We had to come from Terminal 4. And now we're gonna go out of gate C65 for our flight to Fort Lauderdale. All right, we're in the home stretch of our trip. One last flight home to Fort Lauderdale. This airplane that will be taking us to Fort Lauderdale was an A321. John and I were in 3A and 3B. The flying time was approximately 2 hours and 20 minutes. We had a short connection time between flights and we were pretty exhausted from running through customs and going through security again and then switching terminals. We were happy to finally be on board. Soon enough, we were taxiing and on our way. Bye, New York. It was nice being here for an hour and 45 minutes. So I have to say, although we had a great time in Italy, it felt so good to be going back home. There truly is no place like home. Once we were airborne, I picked another movie to watch. This time, it was Bridesmaids. Such a funny movie. Also, the Wi-Fi on this flight was super cheap, only $5 for the entire flight. On this flight, we were served a boxed meal with a sandwich and some chips. I was very surprised with the sandwich. It was, again, very, very good. Delta is not playing around with their in-flight meals. One thing is for sure, we did not go hungry on those flights. And finally, we were landing in Fort Lauderdale, home sweet home. It was a very long day, but thank you, Delta, for this incredible in-flight experience.
Welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Local time is approximately 10 minutes past 9 p.m. For your comfort and safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and luggage stored until the seatbelt sign is turned off. We remind you to use caution when opening the hand compartment as items tend to shift during the flight.
And just like that, we're right back where we started, Fort Lauderdale Airport. What a long travel day.
Yeah, today especially.
Oh my gosh. I am so exhausted. Thank you for watching our travel day. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye. Every time I start filming, you always have to make some kind of noise in the background. Thank God you saw it, Rookie. That would have been so devastating.